That's a good way of wording it.
All right, all opposed? No, okay. So I guess we can jump into the actual first one.
Sorry, I hopscotched. Sorry, I derailed the order.
That's all right,
Okay,
bud.
you were ready. All right. So let me give you guys a little bit of background. There are 6 applications that are all in a row right next to each other on Thomas and Brickyard Road. They go around the corner there. There's 6 lots that were subdivided recently. You guys saw the subdivision when it came through. They've now proposed all at once to do the 6 homes. That's why there's 6 very similar applications.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't always get them all at once. Sometimes they'll come in with a couple and they wait and do the rest later, but they've decided to do them all at once. So all the home footprints are similar. They're all gonna be with septic systems, all single family homes. And there's really not much else to say about it. It's kind of pretty straightforward. 3 lots on Brickyard, 3 lots on Thomas. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. The houses are all gonna be pretty similar, or
And what again is the property being used for right now, where those homes are supposed to be built?
as of today and in recent history, apparently nothing.
Vacant lots?
Yeah, I guess this is probably something that was farmed a long time ago and for a long time. I think Pritchard's used to farm it, but from what we've heard, he's not farming it anymore.
Okay.
So right now, they're not doing anything with it. I think they've known they were going to pursue this project for quite a while now. It's just taken a while for them to actually get it together.
Gotcha. Okay.
There have been many different versions of this idea. I think you guys have seen most of them at some point in time or another when they came through, because they came through with some plans a couple different times and it never went anywhere. So, and there was a larger parcel that kind of got split up in this area, and then these 6 lots got split off just recently. So yeah, that's really all there is about these. They're pretty much exactly the same project on each lot.
Alright, with it being vacant and I would say that there's not a loss to egg land anymore, yeah. I guess we could put that to a vote. All in favor that it is not a loss to agricultural land, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Oh, all right. So with the, since it's all 6 of them, technically, so all 6 are we voted on, or, okay,
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
do it that way.
if you have different opinions about different lots, you can break it up. If you think what you're gonna say is the same for all 6, then we can just take what you said and apply it to all 6. You let us know.
judging by how it's laid out, they're all together and it doesn't look like it's affecting anything else. Did you share?
I did, we did things kind
I know.
of, so I did catch that back up.
So yeah, if the 3 of you agree that you would have the same comments for all of them, then can apply what you said and your vote to each of the 6 applications.
Okay, Bob and Tim, do you guys have that same opinion?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Timmy?
Just run that by me again one time.
Those 6 referrals that are all taking place in the same lot for those subdivisions, we're just gonna vote that it's the same thing, saying that there's no loss to agricultural land.
Yeah, yep, that's understandable. Yeah, you can go with that.
So you don't have to vote 5 more times.
Right. It's just, yep, if they're all along with the same project and each individual parcel has the same history, then yeah, we should go with. Now, I am a little curious. I wonder if we should note that the parcel used to be farmed. I don't know, kind of just to keep track of how much land has been lost to things over the years, like how much farmland over the years has been lost to development. Because, like, if you drive by the parcel right now and it's vacant, somebody might think, oh yeah, they're just building it on a vacant lot. But you got to think about history further back. You got to think, well, that property probably was once farmed many years ago.
I don't think it was actually that many years ago. I think that's a valid point to make. It was farmed in recent history, but has since, whatever I don't know what the reason was. It could be because they told him, hey, we're gonna develop. And he said, okay, never mind. Or it could be that he just didn't want to use that field anymore. I really don't know what, if any, conversation happened about it. But I think it's a valid point to maybe add a note, it used to be farmed, but it isn't currently being farmed.
Okay, yeah, I like that point too.
Yeah, because it's easy for people to forget about just how much acreage has been lost to development over the years, or was once farmed and now
Right.
isn't.
Yeah, the net result is still the same. It was
Right.
farmed, it is not farmed anymore.
Right.
Whether, regardless of when that change happened, it still happened.
What's the next one that we're looking at?
It is
Foster.
Foster.
Okay, so this next project, I believe you guys saw it when it came through very recently. The one long lot that went north on Foster Road was split into 3 lots, residential lots, with a couple of lots down on the, with 2 other lots down on the road, so there's 5 in total. It wasn't too long ago, it was this spring.
Yeah, I remember it. I just don't remember what we said about it.
Probably take a guess based on what's on there, but you probably can also go look. They're linked. If there's the application should be linked, you could probably pull up the old minutes.
The subdivision.
Yeah. Kim's gonna look up to see if we can grab your old minutes easily. While she's doing that, so now what they're coming for, it's similar to the one we just talked about. They did a subdivision, now they're coming back, they're proposing to build homes on each of those 5 lots. They're also proposing to build 2 additional homes on 2 pre-existing lots out by the road, which is gonna be right next to this one they just edited. It could be in the application side instead of the fulfillment side, unless there is no fulfillment side.
Let's see. It might be.
No, whatever.
I'm not sure.
Should we go to Eco and grab them? Well, I don't remember when it was.
I don't remember this one.
I don't
but
either.
They all blur together after a while, so
Search 5200 at the top.
okay.
That should, and then
I'm just struggling.
I know the mouse is difficult. And then we can click on public documents and just search ag committee minutes. That might be it right there. There it is. Oh, you just passed it.
So
Oh, I thought that was.
that other one was Dave Emery's.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
So this is the,
Okay, so when you guys reviewed this for, when it came through for subdivision, you decided that, it did not cause a loss of agricultural land. You noted that there is active ag land across the street, but not on the parcel. Which is probably why it's getting referred to.
Yeah.
Um,
You want the same comment?
Yeah, I will place a vote to say that we just keep the same comments as we did last time. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? All right.
Go ahead.
we already done talking about it. All right. While we're doing that, I'll get us back onto the applications. Okay, so we've gotten
We did all of Thomas.
Thomas Road.
We did the 5
we
and
did
20.
Foster. Oh, that's right, we did them out of order.
Yeah.
We just have voices.
Yeah, I think we just have Michael's left.
Did you want to catch up with? Michael?
Yes, okay.
If you minimize this, you can. It's in-
Or, yeah.
It's little right there,
Oh, thank you. I lost it.
just with only one screen, sometimes I
Okay.
just.
Wendy, can you hear us?
That one's not.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. We actually already talked about your project, but, if you want, we can give you a quick little summary.
Sure, that'd be great. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I apologize. I was towards the end of the list, so I was traveling and wasn't able to get on the Zoom.
And I apologize, yeah, we got a little out of order and started talking about that, first.
Okay.
Not intentionally, but we just started to, so we did. Did you wanna ask any questions, or do you want me just to summarize, or you can summarize what we talked about?
Timmy, did you have any questions for it? This is the 5 and the land on 5 and 20.
Yeah, sorry, this is the engineering company representing the applicant on 5 and 20, the one building the new home.
I think he had more questions than I.
Yeah, what I'd be curious about is the piece of the property where the house isn't gonna be, you know, all the property, all the other land. I just kind of wondered what the future goals of that area was, the rest of the acreage.
Right now, they're just gonna let it go wild. They're not gonna farm it at this time, or they're not gonna farm it from now on right now, is their plan. We do have it subdivided such that if they ever wanted to renew an ag exemption, they could because of the acreage. But at this time, they're done farming it for the season. They just did hay lots. And if you go by, you'll see the bales, and that's their last harvest for this year, and don't intend to do any farming on it next year, as of now.
Were you able to catch that, bud?
Actually, I wasn't. Darn.
That's okay. So can you hear me now, folks?
Can you hear it, Tim?
Sorry, Wendy, we have someone here who's on a phone call as well, trying
Yeah.
to listen. Tim, do you mind if I
Okay.
just? Wendy, do you mind if I just re-summarize since I'm sitting next to them?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, Tim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yep.
so, the owner of the home that's going to be built, they've decided that this time they don't plan to do any farming. The hay, they're done for the year with the hay, and they're not planning on having it farmed next year, but they are open to considering it again in the future. They just don't have any immediate plans to do farming right now.
Okay. All right.
Does that sum it up, Wendy?
Yep.
Okay.
Turned it up so-
Bob, Tim, Samantha, do you have any other questions for her?
I do not.
No, I did not.
Okay. It's my understanding, I just have a quick question for you. So right now they do have ag exemption and because they're farming it. But once we subdivide that, they have to apply for that again, correct?
I think-
Because it's technically a new property.
Probably it depends on which tax map number they retain, like if they retain the existing,
Okay,
it's a new one. I think that's usually done with the assessment office.
okay. That's
Um,
what I was told, so I'll just
so they could,
confirm that.
yeah, reach out to assessment, figure out, you know, what they need to do as far as that goes.
Okay,
Um,
I don't have anything else, so.
Wendy, did you have any other questions for the committee?
no, thank you for your time and thank you for circling back on my project. Appreciate it.
Oh,
yeah,
you're welcome. Yes.
of course.
All
Thank
right,
you.
have a good evening.
Thank you, you too.
It's all over the place.
We'll go back. We're down to Whitefield Road.
Okay. So, I'm gonna be trying to write some manual controls here. This next one should look familiar. What's the address? 5140. I'll pull it up on here. There we go. I can't reach.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oops. Sorry, bear with me. I'll talk while we're doing this. Okay, so this one, give me a sec to pull it up. It is, it was a subdivision. It's in a neighborhood. There was a lot that was wide.
Did we finish the Foster Road?
No, we may not have.
I don't think we did.
Do we not? We didn't, okay, sorry.
No, wait. I'm now reading my notes. Never mind, we did.
You did?
Yes.
Uh,
We're all over the place tonight.
We are. But
Sorry.
actually, we're on a roll, man. That's probably why we're a little messy. So zooming in, this is on Whitehall's Road.
Okay, I remember this.
I
part.
think it is within 500 feet of some property that's in an ag district. Barely, but I think it is, and I think that's why you're seeing it. Anyway, it's like a double lot, and they've now decided that they want to subdivide it and allow someone to build a house and buy the empty lot. So they went through subdivision. I think you guys saw it already.
Mhm.
Now they've come back to, with site plan approval to build a house on the vacant side. So that's it.
Houses all around it?
Yeah, it's not.
Certainly are. And they are not farming that little lot.
And I will put to a vote saying that it's not a loss to agricultural land. I guess we're keeping the same what we did last time we saw it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. Cool. All right, does that complete our referrals?
That does. And I know we went out of order, but yeah, that was it, because the other ones were all the ones we already did. See, 10, but it really wasn't.
No.
And the one on 5 and 20, it was a subdivision and a site plan, so
So it was 2.
it was 2,
Okay,
so it looked really long.
well, we got a big day tomorrow. That's our festival's tomorrow.
You guys all
Twice.
set? Do you have any needs that haven't been met?
I had somebody ask if we needed tables. I kind of just told everybody to bring what you have. So I kind of left it up to the people.
Yeah.
Hey, Samantha,
Yeah, but
I gotta run.
okay.
Okay, all right, thank you, everybody. I gotta go. See ya.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye,
Bye.
Tim.
Bye.
Samantha, I remember, I just wanted to make sure you remember when we first came up with the date, I had said that I would not be able to make it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that I won't be there tomorrow.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
you'll have enough, you have enough people though?
I know I'm going. My parents said that they were going to come, and Tim should be there as well because I think he's gonna drive the tractor. I have not heard anything from Tim Riley or Fernando though about coming.
Okay. I would definitely check with Tim Riley because he usually likes to be involved in something like that.
Okay.
If you haven't heard from him, I don't know where he is tonight.
I'm not sure either.
He couldn't make it
Uh,
this night.
Oh, that's right. I saw his email.
Were you able to get in touch with Melinda to see if she wanted to do the maple syrup?
No. Well, I did see her, but her husband's grandfather passed away recently, and so they had a lot of stuff going on, and they were away for a couple weeks camping, so it wasn't really going to work out well.
Okay, that's fine. I think we're good with, we have a small amount of people.
It's movie night
Yeah,
tomorrow, so there's a potential for a huge number of people to be at the park, so.
Yeah, there's been a good turnout of people lately for all the different things they've done there.
Yeah, so that's great for visibility and, getting people to notice, so.
Who do you have coming?
I have 4 people. Someone from Stony Acres, Casey from the Woods, Grimble Hill Farm, and Little Creek Farm.
4 should be pretty good. I don't even know if you'd want to have more than that. That's a good number.
Yeah.
What do all those? I'm not familiar with those names.
Oh, I actually have another person. I saw him at the bank, and I just told him in person. So he has a farm on Fisher Hill Road.
There's vegetables and stuff in it.
Yeah,
So's Stony Acres, right?
I think so. A lot of them are vegetables. Some of them do their own like beef.
Is it
Pork,
Stony Acres, the
turkey.
Meadowlands Farm?
I think so.
Or maybe not.
The farm on Grimble Hill, I think they do flowers. So I thought that would
That's
be neat.
nice, yeah. It's nice to have a variety of different stuff to remind people that farming is not just
Yeah.
hay and corn.
I tried getting the lavender farm to come, but they weren't available this
Yeah.
weekend. Stony Acres looks like it does it all.
Does a little bit of everything.
They raise pasture, raise pork, chicken, eggs, turkey, beef, vegetables. And more.
Yeah, more.
Usually find things that work for them.
I know Stony Acres is one of the names that comes to the Canandaigua Farmers Market. I just can't remember which people it is, like visually.
Yeah. But I do have some people who are interested in next year, but
Nice.
so. Oh, and then speaking of getting things planned for next year, I think we were talking about doing kind of like what you guys did maybe 5 years or so ago at the fair. That there was like a talk, I guess, with local farmers. I remember my dad going to it.
Like the panel?
Yeah.
That was before this group started. That was like 2016.
Okay. I think we were trying to get in the works of doing something similar.
Yeah, I remember them
Actually-
saying it would be nice to do that again one day, especially with the newer buildings, because I think what they said was that it was great. It was nice, but it was hard to hear because it was in one of the buildings that was like open, you know?
Mhm.
And we had talked about, you know, getting together and doing it again. It was during when we were developing the ag plan. So it was before the group was a formal committee. It was when it was like a team, you know, some of the same people, but it's a much bigger event, but it has been a while.
Mhm.
There was another smaller version of that done more recently that you might be thinking of, is when we talked about PDRs at the fair. We did a presentation on PDRs. I don't know if you were there, your dad was there. But that one, I mean, the topic was great, but it wasn't as well attended. And by that, I mean the people who were there already knew about the program.
Okay.
It was like we were supporting ourselves in this presentation, but there weren't a whole lot of new faces. So that forum that they did years and years ago, like there were representatives from Whiteman's Organic Farm. Fernando came, that was the first time we all met him. That's how he got involved. USDA people were there. There was a whole bunch of other people. I didn't actually go to that event, but I remember helping to plan it. I can't remember. There were so many people we got to come and they all sat and like answered questions and stuff. And I wasn't there, so I can't tell you what the attendance was like, but I just remember everybody who went said it was really great. We should do it again one day.
I would like to do something like that again. Probably just plan it to be held at next year's fair.
You'd need to start planning really, really early, because like if you want, depending on, I think there were people, no, it was Fernando. I was gonna say there were people from Cornell there, but it was. You guys could probably come up with an idea of who you might want to be there, and you got to figure out who your target audience is.
Mhm.
Like, who do you want to present to, and what do you want to tell them? Or who do you want to hear from, and what do you want to learn? You know, like,
Mhm.
what topics do you think would be most beneficial, and who would it benefit? Farmers? Or are you trying to reach the general public? Or is this more like just knowledge sharing between each other? You know, so if you figure out that, it'll be easier to pick who you want to be presenting or on the panel, or however it's gonna look.
Mhm. I'll brainstorm with Dad too and see. We'll go from there.
If you ever want during the winter or, you know, your quiet times where you're not out in the field, we could always do events here.
At the town hall.
Yep, you could do events here. You could also, it'd be really easy to set up a Zoom presentation too.
Yep.
Total remote presentation, like a workshop, webinar kind of situation.
We had talked about in the past of Soil and Water doing something. They're willing to do it, like some type of workshop or just some type of session about things that the public might be interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think of something like that, I mean, that's really easy too, if you want more stuff,
Mhm.
instead of just one thing a year. Yeah, Kim's right, we can throw in other easier planned events too. Like a webinar, an online workshop on whatever topic would be really easy to set up.
Okay.
You know, you just invite the presenter to the Zoom and let them share their screen, and they can take over for, you know, half hour or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we can also use the building and do like use the courtroom and then on an evening
Okay.
for something. Years ago, we did a succession planning workshop. There was a company that did succession planning for farmers, and we had them come in and talk about what that might look like and how farming family might want to, you know, why you might want to do it and how you could set it up. And yes, it was a company that did it, but it was meant to be more informational. it wasn't like she was saying, well, I'm gonna do this for you, you know, it was, I do this. Here's why you might wanna consider doing this, whether you use her or someone else. We did have some new faces show up to that.
I have seen the Livingston Cooperative Extension hold some of that type of programming. And, then, there might be people there that could, zoom in and share information too.
Yeah, I need to sit down with somebody from our cooperative extension. Um, so I don't really have anything else to talk about. Just, I guess I'll see Timmy and possibly Fernando and Tim tomorrow.
Do you need anything printed or anything else?
I think. Oh, your email about the banner, I kind of looked at it. So we would just go through that website to order one and basically just give them a
Like
file.
the mobile graphics
Yeah.
one?
And
Yeah,
just
I
give them a
believe if
file.
you just reach out to them and.
Okay.
work with that. But it was nice because it had prices, right, where you could like, in there, Victor.
Okay, I will look. It's hard to do it on my phone, so I will try to remember to do it on my laptop.
I sent her some of the printer contacts. Nice.
I was gonna say maybe we can have like a table for us, but it's just gonna be such a lame table because we don't have any banner. We don't have a banner or anything. But I could bring our brochures.
So like a banner you could use like at future events to hang on
Yes.
the table, that's not a bad idea. You, depending on cost, you might have enough left in your budget to order it this year before you have events next year. Cause I think the only thing you've used this year is the money to get the brochures,
brochures,
right? So you probably still have around $500 to $700 left. The town has ordered from them before.
Yeah, when I was at Friends of Nottingham, they did a lot of. Actually, standard is what gives you the prices.
This is it.
Oh, sorry. So you can. It just tells you the price, so you can kind of get an idea.
And that's for 2 by 4 feet.
Mhm.
What's the drop down? It tells you.
Yeah, you get a lot of different sizes.
2 by 6, what's that? Cost $100. And then it probably goes up if you choose extra stuff. Well, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like it.
So, yeah, I think if you work with them, they always did nice things for Ganonigan, so they were easy to work with.
Cool.
Like fun making a banner.
Yes. I'm home alone until Sunday, so give me something to do. All right.
Yeah, reach out to them and see what kind of artwork they need.
Okay.
So when you make it, you make it to whatever they require.
Yeah, they might have file types or
Okay.
they'll probably have that bleed thing again. For a banner, unless you have a border, then it probably doesn't matter.
I'll come up with something.
So look at the agenda, was there anything else that besides catching up on tomorrow and your referrals?
You had gone over the budget. It was gonna stay the
That's the
same.
one thing, so. Oh, yes, the budget request is the same. Samantha, did you get the email I sent about the rooms?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, starting with the October meeting, this room is no longer available and won't be until sometime next year in like now, probably, or maybe June or July, I don't know. Because the town hall is being remodeled, so, and my department will be in this room until April, and then the town clerk's office will be in this room after that until their space is done.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
All right.
the upstairs conference room is also going to be unavailable, so it only leaves us the highway room and the courtroom, and then the little conference room next to the courtroom. So since we meet on Thursday nights, it's really the little tiny conference room is our only option. I don't have a key to the highway building, so we can't use that unless we come up with a different arrangement to get in that building. Which might be possible, but not in the beginning. So we're gonna have to just use the little room. I have to work with the court office to make arrangements, because it's changes how they use it also, but it's little, but we'll just have to make do.
Okay.
We could also ask the attorney if this would warrant us making a request to do some remote meetings, since meeting spaces are not as available.
Yeah, that's fine too. If
Because
we
I know
just-
I did
yeah.
read that we couldn't really do that, but I could ask him, you know.
During
He kind
the-
of wanted us to pursue asking
Mhm.
about that anyway, so
Okay.
now's probably a good time to ask.
Yeah,
Um,
during reconstruction, just to see if
Yeah.
we can do remote. Which would probably be best, that way we're not squished.
And it's winter
Yeah,
mostly.
yeah. And judging by how the Farmer's Almanac is releasing that we're supposed to get like a cold,
Or-
snowy winter.
Well, that
Oh,
would,
it says that every year.
Well, the fact that the leaves are already turning and it's mid-August, like,
It did last week. It did feel like fall quite a few days,
there's
like it
already,
was turning.
already trees turning up where I live. It's like, why? Not even September.
I know my grapes are ripe. I'm like, I thought those were supposed to be later.
Like people's horses are starting to get their winter coat now too. I'm like, no.
It hasn't even been that cool.
I keep looking at my horse and
They
I'm
know something we don't.
like, not yet. Don't you dare start growing it. Oh my goodness. All right, I will put a vote to adjourn the meeting. Bob, is just you and I right now because Timmy had to go, so.
Second.
All right.